withstand, withstand, hostilities, hostilities, provision, provision, revise, revise, on track, on track, mortgage, mortgage, commission, commission, album, album, torture, torture, ubiquitous, ubiquitous. The House voted 316 to 94 to advance Speaker Mike Johnson's $95 billion foreign aid and weapons package. The move, with backing from Democrats, sets up a final passage this weekend over the objections of dozens of Johnson's GOP colleagues, a small number of whom have called on him to resign. The package is seen as critical to helping Ukraine withstand Russia's invasion and Israel rearm in its recent hostilities with Iran. It includes $60 billion in aid for Ukraine, $26.3 billion for Israel, and $8.1 billion for the Indo-Pacific. It also includes provisions revising a bill to force the sale of TikTok. A jury of 12 Manhattanites was picked to determine the fate of Donald Trump in the first ever criminal trial of a former president. They include 2 lawyers, an engineer, a teacher, a software engineer, and a healthcare worker. Judge Juan Marchand says oral arguments are on track to start Monday. The U.S. housing market is under pressure as mortgage rates rise above 7% and uncertainty about real estate agents' commissions continues. The average rate on the standard 30-year fixed mortgage jumped by nearly a quarter percentage point to 7.1%, according to mortgage finance giant Freddie Mac's lenders survey. Sales of existing homes in March posted their biggest monthly drop in more than a year, the National Association of Realtors said. Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poets Department, dropped at midnight Eastern Time with listening parties and themed gatherings. Then Swift surprised fans at 2 a.m. Eastern with news of 15 extra songs. It's a new era for the already ubiquitous pop star, whose record-breaking tour returns to the U.S. in October. Discontent. Discontent. Grapple. Grapple. Alumni. Alumni. Flare. Flare. Lodge. Lodge. Divest. Divest. Columbia President Manu Shafiq is facing mounting discontent as the school grapples with intense protests over the Israel-Hamas war. Some faculty and student groups have called on her to step down, while other professors and alumni say changing leadership now would throw the campus into further chaos. Tensions are also flaring at other schools around the country, with student groups setting up collections of tents on central campus spots and lodging various demands, including that their schools divest from companies that do business with Israel. Non-compete clauses. Non-compete clauses. Sweeping. Sweeping. Repressed. Repressed. Patriot. Patriot. Oligarch. Oligarch. Puppet. Puppet. The FTC banned worker non-compete clauses. The Federal Trade Commission announced today that it would ban employers from using so-called non-compete clauses, which limit their workers' abilities to work for rivals. The agency argued that the sweeping change, which would take effect in about 4 months, could help raise wages by forcing companies to compete harder for talent. Peter Morgan, who created The Crown, spent years pulling back the curtain on the British royal family and writing about polite, repressed women like Princess Diana. His new Broadway play, Patriots, which opened today, is immersed in a very male, very violent setting. Vladimir Putin's rise to power and the Russian oligarchs who mistakenly thought he'd be their puppet.